Alright guys, thanks for watching. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of pistol work. So first up, the main reason that I wanted to come out today was the SIG P320. This is the X-Carry Legion. It's got the heavy frame, all that kind of stuff. It's optics ready, though I haven't put an optic on it yet. I'm just looking to get some initial groups here with the iron sights, see how this guy runs. And I've also got the SIG P365. And I've got a red dot on that. This is the Holosun 507C, I believe, or 507K on that one. And then I've got a Glock 19, and this has a Holosun 507C X2 on it. And I'm just going to be putting some PMC bronze 115 grain standard plinking rounds through each of these at a distance of 10 yards to start with, just to kind of get some initial groups and figure out if my dots on the other two pistols are on. And then I'll try to put a group down there at about 25 yards. I'll just give you my feedback. Okay guys, 5 rounds, slow fire, supported from a bench, 10 yards with the P320 iron sights. And the same with the Glock. Okay, so I'm just going to give you kind of a couple of positives and negatives. First, SIG P320, excellent ergonomics. It just feels good in the hand. There's a lot of weight to it. Obviously, it's got the heavy frame. Obviously, for fast reloads, it's nice that it has the magwell down here, the flared magwell. You do have your Picatinny section under here, so if you wanted to put a weapon mounted light, you could. It's got high sights on it, iron sights here, adjustable in the rear just with a little screwdriver. It does have the optics ready, which is also nice. I'll probably end up putting an optic on it at some point. It's got a slightly longer barrel than the Glock 19, just barely. It does have a threaded muzzle, so if you wanted to run a suppressor up here, you absolutely could. The trigger is very nice. Like, the break from the wall back is insanely smooth, crisp. It's one of the best triggers that I have ever felt. The problem with that, to me, is it's got a very long reset. So when I'm trying to fire a little bit more rapidly, I'm having to reset further out and then come back, and it's just not as quick and precise to me. Run-of-the-mill Glock 19, right? And I've got the Holosun red dot up here on top. Now, I have probably the most time of any pistols that I've ever personally ran behind a Glock. First, it was Glock 17 in my police academy, thousands and thousands of rounds, and thousands of rounds through that Glock 17 in professional courses after law enforcement. So a Glock 19 is a platform that I am keenly aware of, and I know how to run it. I like the red dot. My eyes can see it, I can pick it up quickly, and because I'm used to pointing a Glock, as soon as I bring this up, I'm pretty much there. And I think for the most part, my times reflected the fact that I was able to get on target faster with this guy than I was either of the other two. I could be wrong on that. I'd have to go back and check and see. Let me see. Faster with the Glock on the first string. Yeah, faster with the Glock to get on target and take an initial shot than either of the other two. So, you know, there's that. Don't know what else to say about a Glock. It's a Glock. It works. It runs. It doesn't have anything in particularly special about it, but man, it works, and it works well. So there's that. The P365 XL, what a joy to shoot. This little gun, the trigger on this is just as nice and crisp as on the P320 Legion. But the issue is that the reset is very short and very crisp. So in that sense, and the numbers reflect my ability to fire this gun faster and just about as accurately, because that trigger is just, it's just lighter, less length on the reset. It's just a joy. But the downside, and my numbers reflected it, this was the slowest for me to get on target, because the red dot itself is not super bright, whereas the one on the Glock, the bigger one, it's a bigger window and the light gets incredibly bright for bright daytime use. This one is less bright and it's a small window, so I found myself kind of hunting for the dot, and I'm not just looking to get anywhere on target. Like, I'm taking my time to get an actual aimed shot here at 25 yards when I'm taking all these shots. These ports up here on the slide absolutely help just kind of keep the muzzle flip down. I'm able to fire this a little bit faster, and I think all of my numbers are going to show that I was able to fire this gun faster, more accurately at 25 yards than either of the other two. Simply because there's less muzzle rise, I'm able to get back on target faster, and I can run this trigger faster than the other two. The stippling, of course, is great. It's good for a medium-sized hand, which is what I have. It would also be good probably for a small-sized hand. So what I was doing with the timer then is, and this is the new Kestrel KST 1000 shot timer, just testing that out a little bit. It works great, just if anybody's wondering. But what I was doing is I was keeping the gun at a high compressed ready, and I was hitting the go button and it randomly beeps at me, and then I was presenting the gun, finding my target at 25 yards and pressing off a shot, and then firing 5 total shots to see how fast I was presenting to first shot, and then firing 5 total shots that were actually aimed good shots at 25 yards. And so my numbers reflect that, you know, on the SIG P320, I think I was at 6.42 seconds for the 5 string. On the Glock, I was at 6.41 seconds for the 5 string. And on the P365, I was at 6.11 seconds on the 5 string, so faster. So a lot longer on the first round to get my sights on with this, but I made up a lot of time by being able to stay on target with it and get repeated faster follow-up shots. And then I also wanted to do just a single shot to see which one was faster for me for a single shot. I just want to reiterate this because some people will be like, well, that's not fast. I'm like, well, I'm not trying to be fast. I'm trying at like a close range target. Like if we want to move the targets into 7 yards, like typical defensive distances, because then I'm not going to miss a man-sized target at 7 yards, so I can be as fast as I want to be, right? My time for the P320 was 1.55 seconds. The Glock was 1.47 seconds, and the P365 was 1.99 seconds. So again, it showed that probably my experience with the Glock and the red dot got me on target out there at 25 yards faster than either of the other two. And the fact that the P365, just a little extra time trying to pick up the dot and make the shot. So, I don't know, you can take all that for whatever it's worth here today, guys. I mean, I know I usually do precision rifle stuff, but I thought, it's kind of fun to get out and do some pistols every once in a while. So guys, hit that subscribe button for me if you haven't already. And I also wanted to mention, I'm using today Axle hearing protection. I don't know if you're aware of these or not, but high quality, high decibel noise reduction rating. These in particular have audio amplification so that you can hear normal sounds, but they shut off real fast, you know, the noise cancellation when gunshots go off. And they also have Bluetooth, so I can listen to tunes or a podcast or something like that while I'm shooting or mowing the yard or whatever it is. The reason I tell you that is because if you use code PRN15, get yourself 15% off of anything that Axle Hearing Protection has to provide. And I believe the coupon codes stack, so you can get a 35% plus my 15, I think. There's a link in the description below. You might want to check those guys out. And thanks for watching today, guys, and tune in again soon for another great video from Precision Rifle Network.